All right, today is February 19, 2026. It is 1:36 p.m. Okay, so there's a lot going on. I should have been at the gym today, but I'm way behind. A lot of things needs to be done. So let's go straight on Twitter. We're gonna cover a couple things. Andrew has been arrested, and there's other things the squad are talking about. So let's just go straight on Twitter. I want this to be seen. The amount, $109.50. All right, let's go on Twitter. All right, so let's pick up with this. Nobody's buying Willy's word salad. Okay, so yesterday he came out talking about mental health and he listened to his kids and all of that. So on my last recording, there were more about that. People not taking him seriously, pretty much. That's all it is. Okay, how about you reach out to the police about your uncle Andrew mate? All right. I'm going to be covering his uncle who has been arrested. Okay, part of the feeling comfortable talking about mental health is understanding it, but we can't expect to have all the answers ourselves. It's okay to ask for support. As a mate, reach out. I mean, it's just word of salad. All right, so there's me here. He only chose to act after Harry and Meghan had already gone through their ordeals rather than stepping in when it might have made a meaningful difference. William, in my view, behaves as an instigator, someone who fuels tension and encourages conflicts instead of promoting resolution. I spoke about shout in one of my videos where people will call to talk about whatever issues they're going through. And then once Harry left the UK, those information went through a for-profit company. It seems like, allegedly, some of those information allegedly were sold or given to a for-profit company. All right. Let me read what's there and then move on. The program was about men's mental health. That's due to men not talking about it. Suicide amongst men is 3 times higher than women. That's 74% of suicide victims are male. That is important. Encouraging men to speak about their mental health deserves its own platform. Okay, right message, wrong messenger. That is true. They should pick someone else. When Harry was going through his things, he didn't take it seriously. Someone had a screenshot of William saying something to Harry or something like that. When Meghan was going through her thing, that's another thing. All right, let's go to the next one. Oh, did I put the same thing? Let me pause. So someone is retweeting it. All right, so same image but different caption here. Oh my God, William is being roasted everywhere. Let's see here. He and royal family are legend for being tone deaf, but this is a new law. Quote, get on radio and talk about yourselves and your own mental health. Mind blowing. We all know William motivation is besting Harry. All right, no one is listening to him. He has to tell the world what he knows about Andrew, when and what he did about it. He has nothing to say because his action was to demonize Harry and Meghan and bully them out of the UK to protect Andrew and Sarah, whom he prefer as neighbors over Harry and Meghan. Yeah, whenever people saying, thank God Harry is out and things like that, it's William who kicked them out. He hired Simon Case to put it in writing, to make it official, in my view, and then have him out. And when Harry wanted to do 50-50, they said, nope, you either all in or all out. And then Harry said he want 50-50. They put it in writing and say you out. And when Harry said change it to 50-50, printer wasn't working. So, hey.
Began to address Granny about the 5 options. Your Majesty, you've seen the 5 options? Yes, she said. We all had. They'd been emailed to us. 5 different ways of proceeding. Option 1 was continuance of the status quo. Meg and I don't leave. Everyone tries to go back to normal. Option 5 was full severance. No royal role, no working for Granny, and total loss of security. Option 3 was somewhere in between, a compromise, closest to what we'd originally proposed. I told everyone assembled that, above all, I was desperate to keep security. That was what worried me most. my family's physical safety. I wanted to prevent a repeat of history, another untimely death like the one that had rocked this family to its core 23 years earlier, and from which we were still trying to recover. I'd consulted with several palace veterans, people who knew the inner workings of the monarchy and its history, and they all said option 3 was best for all parties. Meg and I living elsewhere part of the year, continuing our work, retaining security, returning to Britain for charities, ceremonies, events. Sensible solution, these palace veterans said, and eminently doable. But the family, of course, pushed me to take option 1. Barring that, they would only accept option 5. We discussed the 5 options for nearly an hour. At last, the bee got up and went round the table, handing out a draft of a statement the palace would soon be releasing, announcing implementation of option 5. Wait, I'm confused. You've already drafted a statement? Before any discussion? Announcing option 5? In other words, the fix was in this whole time? This summit was just for show? No answer.
While the UK is going through their things, at least they are out. Bad enough that every time he speaks, it's always a copy and paste of what's already widely known and performative. But today, several UK police forces are investigating Sitting Bulls, and he chose to portray himself as a victim of mental health issues, but zero on Epstein girl's mental state. I'm not in the UK, so I don't know what the police are doing over there at that time. So that was like yesterday. But today, it seems like I think today is Prince Andrew's birthday. They arrest him. He needs to give back the Saudi, pedo, his money back, and publicly denounce him. I'll wait. He's not gonna do that. All right, let's go to the next one. I mean, they try all of their tactic, but the people stay on point. This is why I've said in the past, when the people start getting upset and things, where are they gonna go? All right, so I could see maybe Argentina. That would be one place they could go, or Israel. All right, next tweet. My queen actually, so she retweeted that Meghan mistaking Prince Andrew for the queen assistant when they first met. Spare Prince Harry. Yeah. I think I have another tweet that making reference to that. Let me make sure I have it right after this one. All right, never mind. I don't want to waste too much time. Maybe this is the only place that I have it. There's me responding, LOL, I know. Meghan was unintentionally funny, telling Peg to get his finger out of her face, asking why they don't want to sit at the same table, and refusing to be bullied by weight, there's that, and confusing the old pedo for a butler. She did what needed to be done for the former colonies. This was a hilarious read. Myra, thank you. I can't stop laughing. He was standing there holding her purse. That's an ad. I know, right? This is hilarious. She's so real. Okay, this is extra. A man commented on a woman's IG post, "You're not even, was it? Pebble, you're safe." She saw he was a pilot at American Airlines and wrote an email to the company along with the comment. He got fired immediately and is facing prosecution. Very good. Oh, what happened? A man commented on a woman's IG post. You're not even... okay. There's the R word that they do against a woman's will. Okay, you're not even there's the word here. You're safe. Wow. She saw he was a pilot at American Airlines and wrote an email to the company along with the comment. He got fired immediately and is facing prosecution. What? Okay. Okay, let me pause and put this. This needs to be on a different video. I need to look into it more, but I don't want to waste too much time on it. Okay, I put it on my list. Let's go to the next tweet. Oh my God, I had to read it again to get the sense of it. My goodness. Right, this is JTB, 2 minutes and 9 seconds. A whole wedding company tried to shame Meghan over a ring that isn't even new. No engagement, no scandal, just loud and wrong from a business account. If this is your brand voice, I'm side-eyeing the contracts too. Okay, not a business account being that unprofessional. Sometimes these things come out. I don't know. Lately, I think there are people, like, let's say if what he's saying here, if what JTB is saying is true, unless they got something on the owner and they want him to act out. And I really don't know how people behave anymore. Sometimes I have a say or at least an opinion about something, but those kind of irrational behavior, I don't know where they're coming from unless it's God is showing these people who they are. I don't know. Okay, but let's listen to JTB.
Not a whole ass registered business embarrassing itself in the comments over a ring that isn't even new. This wasn't some random burner account with an anime profile picture. This was a business, a company, a wedding venue with couples trusting them to have class and sophistication. And they're in the comments typing, she had more engagement rings than husbands. Lowbrow, small, unprofessional. First of all, the ring isn't even new. The account and blogger, What Meghan Wore, already clarified she's been wearing it since last fall. Not only was blank canvas weddings being shady, they were deadass wrong, pedestrian, and flexing peasant behavior. Second, they're a wedding business. Their entire income depends on showing taste, class, and professionalism. What they showed was jealousy and trash behavior. That shows you the kind of service you would get at their venue. Imagine being a bride researching venues and finding this comment, and you see an official account acting like an online troll. Immediate ick. Immediate distrust. If you can't maintain professionalism in a public comment section, how are you handling contracts, payments, client disputes, high-stress wedding days? This isn't about Meghan at this point. This is about business decorum. You don't use your company platform to project bitterness. You don't attach your brand name to trashy commentary. You don't publicly show jealousy over a symbol of Prince Harry's love for Meghan. You don't show bitterness because you can't afford or have someone special to give you a ring like that. It screams insecure. It screams attention-seeking. It screams we don't understand digital professionalism. Mixing mean girl energy with commercial branding is amateur hour, and everyone should know how unprofessional and trash this wedding venue is. And that's the read. This is the notorious JTB, notoriously opinionated, signing out.
You know what I think?
Not a...
It could be they do it by mistake. It's not like I'm taking their side. Whoever managed that account probably wanted to write it in their private or personal account, but it ended up on the official business account. You know how sometimes the royal rats be writing things and they forgot to switch their account? Maybe that's what happened. Oh my God. But it shows, all right, plenty of rings on this one's finger, yet the hateful eye is on a woman minding her business. What the F is wrong with these? There's the H word here. Seriously, there's the thinking face. I can't believe the amount of stories about a ring that she's had for ages. All right, why is anyone's business if she's wearing a new ring or an old one? She earns her own money, so she can buy anything she wants. All right, whatever is here. Their first post on IG already has so many comments calling them out. The funny thing is that the woman who owns it, most likely the same person who wrote that, is British and asleep right now and has no idea she's going to have to spend her Thursday cleaning up her mess. Okay, why do they care so much how many rings she has? She is rich and not a broke bitch like these heifers. Anyway, I'm going to need Meghan to wear more new rings so they can blow up their brains and break their necks. That will be satisfying to watch. Meghan got them copy bad. Copy bad. I can't even read. My eyes is watering. The squad with their comments. All right. Well, I have the words on the screen. You could just mute me and read. That company is trash, but so is Hello Magazine. Meghan has one engagement ring that Harry had altered after Archie's birth. Any other rings are just simply gifts, self-bought. God, how many engagement ring has Victoria Beckham has now? Yet they don't abuse her for it. Oh my God, I didn't expect to laugh that much for these comments. All right, there's this one, comma, the squad or something. This is why they can each what is it? Each thing that campaign they have to go against Meghan, the squad squash it and they have fun doing it too. Alright, next tweet. The way karma is coming for all those threw Meghan Sussex to the wolves so they could avoid accountability. It's just 7 seconds. The squad be getting some of those videos. Where do they get them? And I just know Lady Karma isn't finished with them yet. Oh, that's an ad. Okay, a lot of GIF. Right, you are. They need to careful who they harm. Alright, next one. Okay, so now we're getting into Andrew. Alright, 14 minutes. Andrew. Alright. The paps were stationed perfectly to get image of the police surviving. The media were told by Charles' team. Andrew Mountbatten-Windsor has been arrested on suspicion of misconduct and public office. The thing for me is that that's him here. All those people, I mean, again, I have said in past videos regarding spies, every country has, okay? Every country have their spies. But when you look at it, the people, whoever does the spying for the UK, the lives that are at risk, okay? And this guy just walked in and gave it. And the other thing I have said in past videos is that is a tag team thing. He probably verbally said the things and then someone else within the family get the cash. Like, for instance, they need to, how do you call this? Investigate where did Charles get the bag full of cash. Okay? So it's like, I don't know. I'm just saying. Because the one who carries the cash is the one they cannot question, which is the monarch. They were gonna investigate. The police started looking into it. Next thing you know, poof, everything, they didn't see anything wrong. So it could be a tag team thing. Alright, I would have loved to see Prince Andrew Perp walked into the police station. Alright, I was suspicious 2 weeks ago when he moved out of his home while it undergoes renovation. Who knows what he had in rooms there that have now been renovated just in time for this police search. Early after Epstein's file. Oh my God. Okay, royal correspondent, 3 February 26. Andrew Mountbatten-Windsor has moved out of his home in Windsor to Sandringham Estate in Norfolk. Okay, I wonder if this is Charles and Williams working together against Andrew. William wanted his connection to Epstein and Epstein's friends, client, hemorrhaging out of the public to end. If the focus is back on Andrew, King Charles III being stabbed in the back by William is squashed. Yes, which lead me to view all this as a huge performance to save the brand. There's no institution on the planet that can so perfectly engineer such smoke and mirrors. Okay, that's an ad. Let's go to the next one. Alright, so this is the Guardian talking about it as well. Okay, Andrew Mountbatten-Windsor, formerly known as Prince Andrew, has been arrested. I hope we see images of him in handcuffs. This is the man the royal family protected along with other briefing relatives while throwing others under the bus for simply choosing peace. Okay, Andrew Mountbatten arrested. The headline, Andrew Mountbatten has been arrested on suspicion of misconduct and public office. Photographs of unmarked police cars and plainclothes officers at Wood Farm on the Sandringham estate just after 8 a.m. were published on Thursday. A statement from Thames Valley Police said, quote, "We have today 19 arrested, 19 out of 2 arrested, a man in his 60s from Norfolk on suspicions of misconduct and public office and are carrying out searches at addresses and I can't read the rest." Okay, the police will be immense pressure to charge and convict them. If they let him go, there will be a revolt and I think they know that. Alright, the rest of the family should follow. This is part of why they took his title. They didn't want Prince Andrew to be the headline. They couldn't have that. They wanted to create distance. That's why I prefer the publication that are calling him former Prince Andrew instead of his new name. LOL, no distance. Beautifully said. And I think that some people, there's a statement Charles put out, and I don't think he put his name as King Charles or something like that. I have the statement. Okay, I just read that. Beautifully said. I won't believe anything until I see justice properly done. They will say there is nothing to see and he is innocent, while Mendelssohn will be pushed into a cell, protected. He will be. If you know, you know. It's related to the trade document. It will probably result in a fine at most. I'm not sure he will held accountable. I believe it's all performative to protect the royal family. Okay, let's go to the next tweet. This is the statement. I have it a couple times, but I will read it only once. Okay, I put it another time because of the caption. Okay, that's nice. Who is paying for Andrew's lawyer? All right, so let's look. Thursday, 19 February 2026, a statement from His Majesty the King. I have learned with the deepest concern the news about Andrew Mountbatten-Windsor and suspicions of misconduct in public office. What now follows is the full, fair, and proper process by which this issue is investigated in the appropriate manner and by the appropriate authorities, and this, as I have said before, they have our full and wholeheartedly support and cooperation. Let me state clearly, the law must take its course. Now you think so? As this process continues, it will not be right for me to comment further on this matter. Meanwhile, my family and I will continue in our duty and service to you all. Charles R. So why not King Charles? Okay, it's time to talk about the son. Alright, Prince Andrew attended Balmoral Church service and show of family unity. The Duke of York was spotted arriving at the church alongside the Prince and Princess of Wales during their summer holiday on the estate. Okay, Kate, William, and Andrew. 2023, after Andrew paid £12 million hush money to Virginia Giuffre in 2022. Who is paying for Prince Andrew legal fees? I suspect King Charles III and Prince William. They are housing him. He has RPO security, etc. Charles via the UK taxpayers. Who else? Pretty much the taxpayers. Okay, there's that here. Taxpayers will be racking it up. Those vultures know how to take advantage. Next tweet. Okay, the same thing that's going on. It's like drip, drip, drip. Okay, with Trump, we're getting closer to him as well. Next tweet, I'm not gonna read that, just the caption and some of the comments. The king has learned with the deepest concern. I think the royal family word of 2026 is concern. William said that. Investigate his ass, so they all knew what he was doing. Alright, let's pause this. Seen here, Prince Andrew chatting happily with Prince William. Today, on his 66th birthday, Prince Andrew, the Duke of York, 8th in line of succession to the British throne, he has been arrested on suspicion of misconduct in public office. So today is his birthday. No wonder why some of the squad were saying that. Okay, let's call it what it is, PR. Just like when they strip a few titles, make the headlines, come public anger, yet he still legally remain a prince and a duke. Down the line, William will turn out to be the man behind it all, so we can all be in awe of the next great king. Apply to royal family too. You know, that one, I didn't think about it that way. Yeah, trying to be all tough and everything. Could be. I bet, what this? 30 years of concern, never enough courage. Alright, so that's that. Alright, let's leave that alone. Let's go to the next tweet. You could pause and read. Now, King Charles' brother. I think the squad were making fun of it. Okay, so there's the squad. Say, wait a minute. And that King Charles' brother, to the tune of Wait a Minute by Ray, Prince Andrew arrested. Alright, hello, that's my brother. He made sure to not say it. I can't believe it, girl. Alright, next one. Piers Morgan. I think that's a video. Okay, let's pause. Breaking, Piers Morgan says Prince Andrew's Epstein-linked arrest is an existential threat to the monarchy. The warning bell. I have never seen a bigger threat to the future of the monarchy than what is unfolding right now. Oh, no wonder why some of the squad were saying about the Oprah interview was like the biggest scandal of the royal family. Okay, that's how serious this is. But here in America, these people roam free with no consequences. 51 seconds.
He had sex with Virginia Dupre because Epstein revealed that in some correspondence. So all the statements that Andrew made in that interview have now been proven to be lies. And I think that he spun the same lies to his mother. But King Charles has seen that these were lies, realizes that Andrew was lying, realized the severity of this scandal and the potential danger to the monarchy itself. You know, Ainsley and I, we've done a lot of stuff together in the UK of big royal events, from coronations to funerals in the last few years. And previously we will have all covered things like the death of Princess Diana. These are huge seismic moments in the royal family's history. I have never seen a bigger threat to the future of the monarchy than what is unfurling right now. That he had sex with Virginia Dupre.
Okay, it's playing over. It's playing over. Meanwhile, no prosecution on this side. Well, I could understand what's happening in the US. Not that I agree with it. Keep in mind, with the Epstein file, a lot of Republicans are blackmailed through the Epstein list. Okay? So after the midterm, hopefully we get to it because he has his people to do his things, those ICE people and things like that. So let's just wait after the midterm, okay? Because he's hiding behind the presidency, the office of the presidency. America delivers consequences with evidence. UK just catching up on Andrew overblown hysteria. Wrong. Epstein arrested twice, died in custody. Maxwell convicted, doing 20 years. All right, because you have the ringleader sitting as president. That's it. That's it. He's sitting right there. All right, so that's the statement again. Let's move on. Next week, we shall see what happened after midterm. There's some videos I've already shared. There's grown men when they hear what happened with the Epstein thing, crying. And there's some who's showing some of their TikTok videos, how upset they are without even saying a word. Like, I'm about to do something. And they wrote it in text. It's in one of my videos. Next tweet. Nichols putting emphasis on how Prince William was very, very concerned with his uncle's mental health. There's the laugh here. P.S. Is it me or does she look like Michael Jackson? Yes, I thought so too. Anyway, apparently the king feels vindicated for acting swiftly on Andrew's despite William's concern of his uncle's mental health. Let's listen. 41 seconds.
This is still going to hit the royal family hard. Talk me through the next steps, you think, in terms of damage limitation for the royal family moving forward.
Well, I think those steps in terms of damage limitation have been taking place for some time. And one thing I was told by a source very close to the king was that he felt vindicated in his decision to strip Andrew of his titles, that the charities, patronages, and everything else went, and then there was Prince William, who's very, very concerned about his uncle's mental health and well-being. Princess Anne too.
I had to look at, I'm sorry, I'm looking at, what's his name? Princess Anne's son-in-law and daughter. Look, it should be the other way around, the way the arm, she and her arm goes into his. But anyway.
The king acted very decisively when he stripped Andrew of the titles. He moved
Look.
him out of royal lodge.
Ay. Let me move it back. I'm sorry. Look. Ay. Look. What's his name? I forgot his name. Mike Tendo. His arm is, and the wife is whatever. All right, let me move it back so we could finish.
Princess Anne too. The king acted very decisively when he stripped Andrew of the titles. He moved him out of royal lodge. Remember that only happened a matter.
Okay, it's done. It's done. Oh, that's not Michael Jackson. Why did you say MJ? I can't unsee it now. Yeah, the moment I saw it, I thought the same thing. Why should I suffer alone? Were they concerned for the mental health of the victims? How many years did they know about and cover up for Andrew, Sarah, and others? If you were that concerned, you will have ensured Andrew avail himself for questioning years ago, only concerned because Pandora's box now wide open. Yep. Royal family, royal voter should be giving the eye. It's quite clear they helped the, what's that? Instit. Okay, too many things. What the hell? To the diary of Andrew and quite long time by the tactically targeting Harry and Meghan, especially Meghan. So if the royal family don't put out a statement saying Andrew should go and help with the Epstein investigation, everything else they say is crap. Alright, so I guess she was running out of character, so there's no space. It's hard to read. Okay. At BBC News still using Katie Nichols, who an ongoing court case is accused of breaching Prince Harry's privacy by unlawfully using his private info and articles, is disgusting. She wasn't adding new facts, just speculation as always. Stop using unethical royal sycophants. What if Andrew decides to turn evidence on Charles and William? Jeez. Thought was Michael Jackson there for a split second. Yeah, she did something. All right, so this is Dr. Shola. Okay, I'm gonna stop now because I'm exactly 30 minutes. So please take a moment to subscribe, like, and share. The next tweet that I'm gonna start with will be this, Dr. Shola. Okay, we'll continue with this. There's Dr. Shola talking about it. Please take a moment to subscribe, like, and share. If you want to support this channel, there's a PayPal link and a Cash App link in the description. You could donate. Those who have donated, thank you. All right, so that's it. Thank you for watching.
It is a great privilege to be with all of you today.
You know, we ask for forgiveness and please come back.
As you saw me find the love and happiness that I'd hoped for all my life. You are all in this together, and if I may speak personally, we are all in this together, because
because asking for help was one of the best decisions that I ever made. You will be continually amazed how life changes for the better.